What's good, y'all? We officially have our first big trade, and it does include my favorite team, the New York Knicks. This one really caught me off guard. I was at work when I got the notification. I rushed home, that's why I have my glasses on right now. I usually don't like to record my glasses because you can see, my ring light in it. It is what it is though. We gotta pump out these videos for you guys. But let's not waste any time. Let's get to the details of this trade. In this trade, we see the Knicks sending away Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett along with a 2024 second round pick from the Detroit Pistons in exchange for OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, and Malachi Flynn. So since I am a Knicks fan, as you guys can see right here, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to switch up this background a little bit. I'm gonna start with the Knicks perspective on this trade, and right now I give it a B+. Starting off with obviously the main piece that the Knicks are acquiring in this deal is OG Anunoby, and I think that OG Anunoby is the perfect fit to have as a wing that's playing next to Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. Since Brunson and Randle both have the ball a lot in this Knicks offense, I think the fact that OG is such a good off-ball player is going to really benefit him and the Knicks. A lot of OG's buckets are off of catch and shoots, or he's driving a closeout. Since he is a very good three-point shooter, they'll close out hard. He can attack those closeouts, get to the rim as well. Not only does OG add much needed three-point shooting for the Knicks, but he also adds size, which is something the Knicks lack a bunch of. OG is really the only true forward on the Knicks roster right now, and even before the trade, they didn't really have a true forward. They had, Josh Hart, who's kind of small for the small forward position, and then even smaller for the power forward position. RJ Barrett would sometimes run that power forward position as well. OG, though, he can definitely run some backup power forward for when Julius Randle's not on the floor, and then also he is a very sizable small forward. Not only is he bigger than RJ Barrett height-wise, he has longer arms, he's more versatile, and his size is what makes him such a great defender, which is the main reason I am very excited to have him come to the Knicks. The Knicks really lacked that big wing stopper. They put Quentin Grimes when he was in the starting lineup. They would have him guarding, Jason Tatum. He's too small for that, let's be honest here. So now that they have OG, they have that big wing stopper, and not even only just big wing. OG is versatile enough where he can guard some point guards, some shooting guards, some power forwards. He comes onto the Knicks and immediately is their best defender and is immediately one of their best three-point shooters. And along with OG, the Knicks also acquired Precious Achiuwa, which I think is kind of just a band-aid to really help their center rotation right now, with Mitchell Robinson being out for the entirety of the season. Jericho Sims, he tweaked his, I think it was either his ankle or his knee, so he's out for a little bit of time. Precious Achiuwa coming in, he's going to allow the Knicks to not have to play 57-year-old Taj Gibson any minutes anymore, and Precious can just come into the game, play some high energy, grab some rebounds, and that's it, and I think he can produce that. And the last player the Knicks acquired in this deal was Malachi Flynn. I'm not entirely sure if he will crack the Knicks rotation. I could see them giving him some minutes at backup point guard, but I could also see them looking internally and giving those minutes to Miles McBride, or they could also just go give more minutes to Donte DiVincenzo, because Donte DiVincenzo has been amazing for the Knicks, and he's shown little flashes of his ball handling and playmaking, him being a backup point guard. I will be honest, it does suck a lot that we are losing out on Emmanuel Quickley. I have very high hopes for Emmanuel Quickley. I think he's going to go to Toronto and be amazing. But, he was a restricted free agent. The writing was kind of on the wall that the Knicks were not going to re-sign him. They've been kind of limiting his minutes this season as well. He just didn't seem like he was in the future plans, so they shipped him off to Toronto. And now to look at it from the Toronto Raptors side. For the Raptors, I gave them a A grade. I think this is a great trade for the Raptors. OG Anunoby was a free agent this offseason, and it was already, pretty much, not even, I don't want to say rumored, because it was almost damn near confirmed that he was not coming back to the Raptors this offseason. So, they had to trade him, and to get two young players back and a high-value second-round pick, I think that's a pretty good return. RJ Barrett started the season off really strong. He was playing amazing. Then he sat out a few games because of migraines. And ever since he came back from migraines, he has just been in a very, very tough slump. So hopefully this kind of change of scenery, a little bit of a homecoming as well for RJ, the Canadian, hopefully that can get him back into that groove of, being an efficient scorer. I do think it's kind of funny, though, that the Raptors just have so many forwards on their roster, and they're like, you know what, let's just get rid of one, bring one right back in. Let's keep the boatload of forwards that we have on this roster. And I know many people probably look at their main return as RJ Barrett, but me personally, I see it as Emmanuel Quickley. I think Emmanuel Quickley comes onto this Raptors team and just explodes. I think he can really take off. The Raptors guard rotation was pretty much looking like Dennis Schroeder, Gary Trent, and Malachi Flynn, and I think Immanuel Quickley is kind of a combination of those first two names that I mentioned, Dennis Schroeder and Gary Trent. He has the defense and the playmaking of Dennis Schroeder, and then also the shooting and the ability to just light it up on an instant of Gary Trent, a little spark plug ability. If I'm a Raptors fan, I am extremely happy that we have Immanuel Quickley on the team to be the guard of the future. Me as a Knicks fan, I had the benefit of watching IQ from his rookie season all the way up to now. Those 3 years have been amazing, and I think he's going to just keep building upon that. He could play on the ball, off the ball, make his own shot, catch and shoot, drive to the basket, float, do the pick and roll, play defense, play make. He can do pretty much everything on the court, and he plays with a lot of heart, a lot of hustle. I will miss you, IQ, as a Knicks fan, but I do want you to flourish over there in Toronto. The one kind of question that this does raise for me is, does this mean Pascal Siakam is next? I'd be very, very interested to see what the next move for Toronto is. Are they going to fully commit to this youth movement and have their new young core of Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, and Immanuel Quickley? That would be pretty nice. Also whatever they would get for Pascal Siakam, and in those pieces, that's a pretty good rebuild, or a start of rebuild if you ask me. Let me know what you guys think of this trade. Let me know who you think won. Right now, by the grades, the Raptors did win, but I think it's a pretty even trade for both teams. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave it a like, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. In the description, there's links to all my social medias, so make sure you follow me on all those to keep up to date with me. Catch ya.